Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ellie Witch Lady and today I'm going to be talking about witches' bells. So I know it's been ages since I've uploaded a video on my witch channel. I had my birthday, my 40th birthday back in early April, and I got two new little snakes. As some of you know, I do have a snake channel, which I will link below. And yeah, so I got two new baby snakes, so I have 8 snakes altogether now. I'll show you a couple of pictures of them. Just been kind of settling them in and getting them, you know, used to their surroundings and stuff. So I've kind of put the witchy stuff a little bit on the back burner, but now I'm back. And anyway, I don't know if any of you have missed me, but I've missed you. So I just wanted to get this video sort of done and out there, and just to say that I'm back. So here I am. But without any further ado, I shall just get straight on with this video, and thank you very much for watching. So I do have some notes for this video because I can't remember every single bit of my research, so forgive me if I'm sort of reading a bit off this, but yeah. Anyway, so what are witch bells? Witch bells are handheld size set of bells that are hung from like a doorknob or a nail within the home. Witches mainly use these bells to ward off negative spirits or evil spirits from their home, but they're also pretty to look at and, you know, really nice to listen to as well. And these magical witch bells also have like aged, sort of age-old origins, so they go back, I was going to say quite a few hundred years, but I would say probably a few thousand years to be fair. So where do these jingly charms come from? And why do witches use them today? So let's look at the physical aspect of the bell and its uses through time. Bells are typically made of metal and consist of a hollowed out vessel with the dangling piece inside called a clapper, which I'm sure you've all seen before. The clapper hits the wall inside and produces a ringing sound upon movement. The word bell literally translates to mean to roar or to make a loud noise. The first bell was invented in the 3rd millennium BC in Neolithic China, that's easy for me to say, as archaeological evidence would suggest. By medieval times, bells were a prominent tool used by churches, farms and business owners. Interesting to note that bells derive from ancient sacred images of human genitalia. The bell's body represents the vulva, while the clapper represents the penis. Sometimes the bell's body represents the womb, while the clapper can represent the child within the womb, as it were. So I didn't know this. I found this very interesting, because I'd never, I mean, obviously we all know what bells are, but you know, I didn't know what each piece sort of represented. Obviously with a broom, you know, you've got the bristles, which represents like the goddess or the vagina, and you have obviously the handle, which represents the god and represents the penis. So, and you know, when you cleanse a circle and you're using the broom, you're sweeping and cleaning round and cleansing using that energy from the goddess and the god. Well, that's what I believe anyway. Okay, let's get back on it. Bell uses over the centuries. Bells were a mean of sounding an alarm to gain attention to a situation. For example, soldiers at the city gates would ring a large bell to alert everyone of invaders approaching. Farmers hung bells from the necks of their cattle and dogs to alert them to their animals' whereabouts, which makes sense, and we still do that today. Probably more with cats, but you get the gist. So attaching a bell to the door of a business allows its owner to know someone has entered the shop, which yet again you still get a lot of the time Probably more in small shops like corner shops and stuff. Whenever I've walked in, you hear that or you know, you literally hear a bell ringing. The churches have used large bells for centuries to announce the commencement of service or celebration of special holy days like Christmas, Easter, etc. They have also been used as musical instruments over the centuries as well. The iron and loud sounds. After 1000 AD, people made bells from iron, and according to European law, iron scares off negative spirits, which I've spoken about in some of my past videos. So much so that people kept iron horseshoes above the doorway to ward off these evil spirits, and use iron bells as protection in various ways. Traditionally, loud sounds like those from bells or chimes scare off ghosts and demonic entities. Yeah, again, that's easy for me to say. The iron bells have a cleansing protective effect, and it is the purifying sound waves sent through the air that ward off the evil. So I do have a singing bowl, and it's a similar thing, so you can use that to you know, mark the beginning of a ritual, for example, or spell casting. But you would use a bell or a singing bowl to just sort of purify the energy around you, and it just sends out those positive vibrations, so that, you know, when you're carrying out a ritual or spell casting, you don't want anything negative coming in or anything like that. So bells, as I say, their vibrations are used to sort of clear the air and cleanse the air. Okay, so how to make witches' bells. You can make witches' bells from any items you like, and here's a few essential items that you will need. A metal ring, cord, string, rope, something to be the base, holds the bells together. Bells, obviously we need bells. Small to medium sized bells are best. Find these at your local craft store. Or in the craft section of department stores. So for example, I'd probably go to somewhere like Hobbycraft and you know, get some bells, because they do all stuff like that, especially at Christmas. Charms. Other items you'd like to add to your witch bells to make them more powerful include beads, feathers, pendants, crystals, runes, you know, whatever you want to add to your witches' bells. And I would like to make my own, so I'm going to attempt that at some point in a future video, but as I say, I'll see how I get on. But for me, I'd probably add feathers and crystals and things like that. That's you know, that's my bag. So okay, so how to put your witches' bells together and add some magic. Get your supplies together, your bits and bobs that you'll need to make your witches' bells. That's number one. Number two is set the mood to make magic. So for example, turn on some music, light some candles and or incense, anything like that, just as I say, to set the mood. You could do all three, so Number three, cleanse your supplies using whatever method you prefer. So, you know, you can use cleansed water. You know, you can pass these items through smoke. So with the incense producing smoke, you can pass your item through that. Number four, begin stringing and tying your bells onto your ring or to the rope. As you go along with creating these witches' bells, you can charge the bells with energy by chanting or singing or praying, you know, even dancing if you've got a big enough space. I don't really, but I would probably use chanting, praying, that kind of thing. Singing, it depends if anyone can hear me, but yeah, so they're the ways that you can also build up some energy and put that into those witches' bells. Number five, add your charms and other items to your witch bells. And number six, thank the present energies, for example, ancestors, gods, and spirits, basically. And number seven, hang your finished witch bells on your front door or any other door in your house that you wish to, or you can hang the bells sort of anywhere that appeals to you, you know. So I would probably hang mine here in my witch's room. I say my witch's room, this is my snake room as well. So yeah, I would probably hang my witch's bells in this room somewhere, probably above my altar, to be fair, or maybe, you know, to the door of my bedroom, that kind of thing. How to use witch's bells. Bells have magical properties of protection, purification, joy, alarm and celebration. Use your set of bells in whatever way you like, and you can use your set of witch bells for any ritual that requires a bell. So people generally, there's a lot of witches out there that, as I said before, will use a bell or a singing bowl, you know, to use those vibrations to cleanse that area where they're working. But some people don't always, or some witches don't always use bells and singing bowls. They'll just sort of do different things. You know, everyone's different, we're all different in the way that we practice. And the way I practice, I don't tend to ring a bell or use my singing bowl, but I might do in the future. It's something that I've not really done before, but I think it's something that I will do in the future. So it's just something I've not really thought about, but it's, you know, always fascinated me, you know, the way other people practice and the tools that they use, or instruments in this case. You can ring your witch's bells to announce the start of a ritual or spell working, as I've said before. Hang them from your front door to announce visitors and to ward off negative energy. Hang them from your altar to ward off low-level spirits that may try to feed on the energy that's there. When you perform rituals or any sort of spellcraft, I believe there's always something sort of lurking and that. So I think it's good to have these bells to purify that energy around you, because you don't want it sort of sapping positivity that you're trying to create. So you can hang them in your bedroom window, which would help ward off nightmares and negative astral spirits. So when we're asleep, we are, I believe, we're sort of slightly open to that kind of thing. So I do believe that when you have nightmares, they are caused by something negative that's around you. Obviously it comes from within, because your brain's creating this you know, nightmare, but I think there's other things that can sort of latch onto that. So it's, yet again, good to have something that's going to keep those horrible spirits and, you know, that negativity away, because let's face it, we all want nice dreams. You can hang them in your rear view window in your vehicle to ward off the evil eye or bad luck. Bells are rung in fertility spells and represent the male and female genitalia coming together, which I've said before, and the baby in the womb, and the baby in the womb. And lastly, you can wear bells on your ankles, wrists, or anywhere, even around your waist, while dancing to raise energy and deter negative forces during ritual and or spell working. So that's another good one as well. I just think of, if you wore bells like round your waist, I just think of those belly dancing belts, you know. So anyway, so that's it for the witches' bells. I'm going to, in this video, I'm hoping I would have already posted up some photos and whatnot of different witches' bells, because you can buy them from a shop. You know, you can go to shops and buy these witches' bells, but I think it's actually better if you make them yourself, because then you've put your own energy, your own intent, your own positivity into the witches' bells, and it's something that you've created, and hopefully something you can be proud of, and just make it your own, basically. So as much as it would be nice to buy one, I think for me personally, I rather make it myself, but each to their own. So there we go. That's it on witches' bells for now, and I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, then please like and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, please hit that bell notification and click all, so you get notifications of all my latest videos. And if you've got any comments or questions or anything like that, then just pop them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer them. But for now, from myself, it is goodbye, and I'm hoping I'll be posting up sort of more regularly, because I know, as I say, the last time I posted was the end of March and we're now approaching June. So I hope you're all keeping well, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks very much for watching.